following is a presentation of TNT Sports.
3 were thinking sweep and 2 came through. Wednesday night, Michael Jordan held to just 2 first-quarter points, scored 54 in the next 3, and the Bulls recovered from a sluggish start to eliminate Miami 3-0. In San Antonio, the outmanned Spurs saw the postseason end in 3 games. The Phoenix backcourt tandem of Kevin Johnson and Jeff Hornacek rang up 22 points apiece. The Suns moved into the Western Conference semifinals, and the Blazers were bidding to join them there, but Portland couldn't sweep the Lakers. Tie game, closing seconds.
Great pass. Buck Williams, no, missed the layup. We're going to overtime.
In OT, the Lakers led by a bucket.
And it comes to Drexler. He will take a 3, and it almost went. The tip, no, the tip, no. The Lakers are still alive.
Tonight, another first-round doubleheader. Another chance for the Cavs to put away the Nets. Brad Daugherty looks to recapture the scoring touch that deserted him in Game 3. If Drazen Petrovic continues his long-range accuracy, this series could go the limit. And later, Seattle can eliminate Golden State. Shawn Kemp, playing well beyond his 22 years, has carried the Sonics to a 2-1 lead. The Warriors have to win this series the hard way, needing back-to-back wins to move on. They're mulling that over as they head to Game 4, and you'll see it on TNT. All right, the Sonics and Cavs have their sights on the conference semis. The Nets and Warriors hope there's a Game 5 in their future. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta as we get set for another first-round doubleheader. At Meadowlands Arena, the Cavs and Nets Game 4. And later at the Coliseum in Seattle, Game 4 of the Sonics-Warriors series. And now the situation in Los Angeles, where the Clippers and Jazz were supposed to play Game 4 of their series tonight. They will not. It's been rescheduled for Saturday afternoon. Of course, the images of rioting, of fires burning into the night, we've seen them all by now, and obviously the impact is being felt citywide. Let's get the latest now from CNN's Greg Lamont in Los Angeles. Greg?
Well, Los Angeles is a city under siege, and right now police seem powerless to stop it. In fact, they have called out the National Guard, and if I could get my cameraman to pan over, we've got National Guardsmen now going into an area that has been heavily looted today and set on fire. 2 major fires just across the street from what you see, and just behind us, 2 other major fires. The skies are filled with smoke, sirens, helicopters. This is simply not a safe city to be in, especially after dark, which is why I would imagine that these sports games have been canceled for this evening. The mayor has imposed a dusk to dawn curfew. Just had some bottles thrown in our direction, so if I appear a little shaken, pardon me. But the mayor has imposed a dusk to dawn curfew. He's asking people to please stay off the streets. Whether or not that will happen, we'll just have to wait to see. But based on the level of violence that we've seen today, this thing only seems to be getting worse.
Yes, given the situation out there, Greg, the Lakers are supposed to play tomorrow night. Can you see any hope in that happening, or are things just going to be shut down in that city?
Well, when we first began covering this story, there was a heightened level of violence that began to calm down, and we thought that maybe that was it, that things would calm down. But today, it has been extremely heavy. There's been fires all over the city. There's been looting all over the city. People just walking into stores, smashing windows, doing what they want. And unless the police department can get some kind of control of it by tonight and tomorrow, I would not expect to see the Lakers in uniform ready to play tomorrow night.
Greg, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a very busy man out there. Thank you very much. Greg Lamont reporting live from Los Angeles. Once again, folks, the Clippers and Utah scheduled to meet tonight in Game 4, now scheduled to play Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles. Coming up on TNT, we've got hoops, another playoff doubleheader. Cavs and Nets, Warriors and Sonics on TNT.
So our lab guys wanted me to explain the advanced formula.
The spectacular skyline of New York City, and across the Hudson River, the Meadowlands Arena, where tonight the New Jersey Nets look to even a best-of-5 series with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ron Thulin. On Tuesday night, New Jersey was able to win Game 3. That was their first playoff victory since May 5th of 1984. Joining me tonight, Doug Collins. Doug, in that ball game, it appeared as though Cleveland had the game in hand. They're up by 10 with 6 to go, but a very uncharacteristic Cleveland game.
Well, Cleveland is a very rhythmic team. They love to come out in the first quarter, establish the rhythm of their offense. They did that. They played very well. The fourth quarter was a problem, and what happened was they uncharacteristically 23 turnovers that led to 34 points. They won the battle of the boards. They did everything else right. The turnovers really killed them.
What about Brad Daugherty? He is noticeably limping out there right now for Cleveland.
Well, as I watched him warm up, he's going to be a major problem tonight. I don't know how well he's going to be able to play. He's averaging 27 a game in the playoff series. Has been the major factor for Cleveland inside. If he can't go, the edge definitely swings to New Jersey.
Now for the New Jersey, another edge they might have is whether or not they get out quickly in this basketball game.
As I talked about Cleveland, they love to get off to good starts in the first quarter. The only game that they have not, the Nets have won the game 3 in the first quarter, 31-30. But the perimeter defense, 1 for 10 3-point shooting the other night for Cleveland, 11 for 28. So they did a good job inside defensively on Daugherty, held him to 13 points, identified the 3-point shooters, but they must do a better job rebounding.
Well, Doug, in the playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers have not had much success on the road. They are 2-18. Their last playoff road victory was back in 1989. When we come back to New Jersey, we'll have the lineups in the tip with the Nets and the Cavs next.
The 1992 NBA playoffs are brought to you by Budweiser.
Nets making it into the playoffs for the first time since 1986. Their best record since 84-85 as we look at tonight's cheap Eagles starting lineups. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Craig Elo starting in place of Steve Kerr regains his starting spot.
Well, the reason he's doing that is Petrovic at 6'5", too big for Steve Kerr. Elo wants to do a good job of limiting his opportunities in the first quarter.
How about Lou Carnesecca throwing it up here as a little ceremonial toss-up. Louis, of course, retiring this year. And he gets an incredible round of applause.
As well he should. He's one of the great college coaches. He coached the Nets for a while in the ABA, but just a wonderful man. College basketball will miss him on the sidelines.
And the officials for tonight's ball game, Joe Crawford, Jack Nees, and Billy Oakes. 3 veteran officials will be here tonight. Of course, the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Lenny Wilkins, and Bill Fitch, who has had an incredible season for the New Jersey Nets.
Let's keep our eye on Brad Daugherty as we start this ball game. How effective will he be? What will his mobility be? See if they can go inside to him and test him early.
Dance up top. Elo works off the pick, takes it all the way to the hole. Strong move. Coleman with the rebound, the outlet to Petrovic.
Petrovic just released as Elo went to the basket. The rebound to Derek Coleman. Petrovic out early. You do not want to give him layups. Remember, he's a tremendous outside jump shooter. Take away his easy opportunities.
Lenny Wilkins told us this afternoon that in Game 3, he could tell by the body language that his team did not have intensity. Nance from way outside doesn't get it. Another rebound by Sam Bowie. New Jersey, the #1 offensive rebounding team in the NBA. On a per-game basis, also #1. That was pretty.
That was a well-executed play. That was set up, eye contact. Sam Bowie is a tremendous passer. Chris Morris just rolled right to the basket. You see Daugherty there. He really had a difficult time catching that ball. Watch this, eye contact, he rolls out, this is a set play. Chris Morris with a beautiful alley-oop. Remember now, he shot 12 for 14 in Game 3, hit his first 11 shots.
Didn't miss a shot so late in the third. Ironically, Sam Bowie was quoted in the paper today as saying that our coaches need to pick up some plays for Chris Morris, that we don't have any plays. That looked like a play to me.
Well, maybe they listened to what he said. I don't know, but it was a beautiful lob. There's a backdoor cut by Petrovic, 2 layups for Drazen Petrovic. So Elo put in the game defensively against Petrovic, and he has 2 quick, easy scores.
Well, the Nets are 3 of 3. Cleveland 0 for 3.
We had talked about the quick first quarter start. You want to disrupt the timing of Cleveland. Right now, they are out of sync offensively.
You can tell Daugherty is struggling underneath, Doug. When he went for that first pass, he barely got through.
Well, let me tell you what upsets Lenny Wilkins. He feels they shouldn't be here right now. If they would have taken care of business in Game 3, they would have been resting for Cleveland. Now you've got your center banged up, and you've got New Jersey now playing inspired basketball. They're going to have their hands full tonight.
Outside, Morris is 2 for 2. And a standing ovation, something that hasn't happened here at the Meadowlands since probably the turn of the century. We've got a timeout.
Out on the fast break. Mark Price does not get back quickly enough, and it's an easy score.
So Bill Fitch or Lenny Wilkins told us this afternoon, Doug, he said, hey, my guy's got to get back. I don't mind you turning over the ball, but get back quickly. Another turnover. Cleveland had 23 in game 3 for 34 points. Elo, the rejection.
Price pull up and shoot a 3. They got to cover him in transition.
Man, split pass inside. Doherty definitely not getting that quick leaping ability.
Well, one thing Brad Doherty has done very well this year is run the fast break and finish well on the fast break. That time, you can see the size of his right ankle. He's taped, he has a brace, and then he's taped over the brace. I do not know how he has any mobility at all in that foot. But one thing he does is run the break exceptionally well. And that time he caught it and pump faked. He did not finish. He did draw the foul. We'll have to see if Lenny Wilkins keeps his eye on him. If he doesn't like what he sees, if he comes in with John Williams, who's big enough also to play the center position.
Well, the Cavs finally get on the board. They are the number 2 free throw shooting team in the NBA. Boston number 1. Whistle, foul. That'll be on Craig Elo. His first team foul. Blaylock on top. 8-2. It's about the 9-minute mark. Inside. Morris, shot clock at 13. Shot clock at 9. Blaylock kicks it back out to Morris. The big step in the paint. The finger roll won't go. Rebound controlled by Nance.
Boy, Chris Morris has so much talent, Ron. That was such a good move to the basket. Just didn't finish it.
But you never know which Chris Morris is going to show up in a ball game. The one that's going to go 11 for 11 through 3 quarters, or the one that will go 0 for 11.
Inconsistency. That's been his problem to his career.
Well, Mark Price trips over the hit of Drazen Petrovic, and Petrovic is whistled for his first personal.
Cleveland does a good job recognizing mismatches. They pump the ball inside to Doherty. He finds Price on the outside, tries to take it past Petrovic. Petrovic did not move his feet quickly enough, picked up the foul. Larry Nance loves the jump hook right there.
Morris got a hand up. Coleman got a hand up. Morris will walk with it. We'll go the other way. That is the first New Jersey turnover. New Jersey on the season was 25th in turnovers. They committed 17 a ball game. Cleveland was number 1 in fewest turnovers committed, only 13. Elo hits the pull-up jumper for his first 2 of the ball game. And it's an 8-4 lead for New Jersey with 8 minutes left to be played in the quarter. Bowie backing in on Doherty. Still backing in. Doherty's not buying any of the moves. Sam forces it up. Nance with the board.
Well, Sam Bowie, that was a very poor possession by him offensively. Doherty just steeled him out there with his strength. He ended up taking a flying shot.
The outside shot won't go. Here comes Coleman with the Nets leading by 4, 7.5 in the first. Petrovic off the pick, buys a little daylight. He likes going to the left and all of a sudden tied up in the good pass inside to Morris.
Petrovic is really up the level of his game. He's one of the most improved players in the NBA. He's known for his shooting. That was a great pass, and he's a very tough competitor. People who don't get a chance to see him very often, he's the real thing. He's playing very, very well.
Morris is now 3 of 4. Inside, Doherty, the little hook over Bowie. Doherty, who had the big game in game 1, 40 points, 16 rebounds. But as Doug mentioned, the ankle hurt in game 3. Nice soft touch off the glass for Coleman, who has 2. Whistle, foul away from the ball. That'll be on Bowie. It's his second personal foul. Bill Fitch in the year of Billy Oaks. Wanting a little explanation. Blaylock turned his back on Price. Price not able to convert, and that's Habit. They also lead by 6. played just over 5.5 minutes at the Meadowlands. Coleman sets the pitch. Blaylock pulls the trigger. Well off the mark. Blaylock only 43% from the floor, Doug, in the regular season.
Yeah, 31 in this series, 13 for 42. He has not had a good shooting game. Done some other things very well, but his shooting has been off.
Played a 2 at OU, believe it or not, for the most part. Pass thrown away. It was tipped. So Cleveland already has turned the ball over 3 times in the ball game.
Remember, they're number 1 in taking care of the basketball this year. Only 13 turnovers on the season, but they're out of sync right now. You can see that the rhythm of their offense has been disrupted by the New Jersey defense.
Inside, Coleman, a couple of pump fakes. Swatted away by Nance, but we have a foul.
Well, we can expect to see a lot of blocked shots in this game. Both of these teams, excellent shot blocking teams. Cleveland number 1 and New Jersey number 3. In game 3, New Jersey blocked a club record 11 shots. So we can expect to see any of those shots around the basket challenged tonight. The one thing with New Jersey is New Jersey does not get to the free throw line very often, and Cleveland does. So the big disparity in the free throw shooting hopefully will not haunt New Jersey tonight if you're Bill Fitch, but if you're Lenny Wilkins, you'd like to be able to continue that trend of being able to get to the free throw line and having a major difference there.
Not only do they not get to the line frequently, they're also not any good. Right. They're 25th in the NBA.
Yeah, they shoot a very poor percentage.
What a combination. Not getting there, and then when you do, they're not very good. Sanders, the spin move over Morris for 2. Mike Sanders in his first 2 of the ball game. Played 21 games for the Cavs this year, originally signing a 10-day contract. Now and Petrovic bumping underneath. Petrovic pops out front. Once again, they go back to Bowie. Double team by Sanders, who commits the foul.
Lenny Wilkins looked at Mike Sanders and he said, Mike, we don't foul a guy shooting a fading jump shot. Get your hands up, force a tough shot, and let's defensive rebound the basketball. Lenny Wilkins, a very, very patient coach. His demeanor is of such, and but he is also able to get his point across to his team. He's a quiet guy, but when he makes the point to his team, they know what he expects.
Bowie's big game of the series was game 1, where he knocked home 16 points. He has 2 this evening, and the Nets lead by 7 with 5:15 left to be played in the first quarter.
Well, in the first 3 games of this series, Cleveland has averaged 34 points in the first quarter. Tonight they have 8 after 7 minutes. So if you're New Jersey, you have to like the rhythm of this game right now.
Price, the running right-hander, goes down. Price with his first 2. Lead is 5 inside of 5. 15,000 here at the Meadowlands today. Oh, what an emphatic slam by Derek Coleman.
Switch, you've got a defensive switch now. They got what they wanted. He'll come to double team. Someone will be open on the perimeter.
Sanders in the lane, off the back of the iron, tip to Blaylock. The big step, the finger roll won't go. Blaylock gets his own rebound.
That's back to,
almost. He had 1 foot in. New Jersey tries to force the pass, and Coleman just reaches over and slams Mark Price. Coleman's first. Let's take a look at Derek Coleman, the former Rookie of the Year.
Nice post-up move here. He's going to spin baseline, takes it right to the basket. Remember, he's a left-handed player, so that's an advantage for him in this side of the floor. Larry Nance, an excellent shot blocker, but he could not get to that one.
Well, Mike Sanders will go to the Cleveland bench as Lenny Wilkins brings in John Williams, the 6-year pro out of Tulane. Price from way outside doesn't get it to go. Williams had the return. Nance, 3rd time is not a charge. Here come the Nets. Petrovic pulls it up, doesn't get it. 2-on-1 for Cleveland if Elo hurries. Inside, Doherty with the slam.
Good timeout here by Bill Fitch. He sends it Cleveland a little bit of a run. John Williams got into the ball game. Very big front line. Couple mistakes by New Jersey on the break there, so he wants to talk it over a little bit as he feels Cleveland starting to get their rhythm.
5-point net lead. We'll be back. 49% of here, 7th best in the league. On the dribble, Petrovic is fouled. How about the keys for Cleveland tonight, Doug?
We see a productive Brad Doherty in the first 2 games. What he did in game 3, they did a good job. 5 for 13, only 14 points. They need to do a good job on Petrovic. He's having a tremendous series. He had 11 fourth-quarter points in game 3 on 2 3-pointers. and they've got to take care of the basketball. They do not want to create a lot of turnovers where New Jersey can get out and run.
Double team on Petrovic. Coleman able to find Morris, who slips down low. Morris now with 8. And the lead is 7.
You have to like the interior passing right now of New Jersey. They have had 2 or 3 nice passes inside either Morris or Coleman that have led to easy scores.
Doherty thinks about the move, doesn't get it. Coleman the rebound, the outlet. And Williams steals it, and he tosses it into the cheap seats.
Good hustle there by John Williams. He did a good job smothering the outlet pass. He just could not control it.
What about the intensity, Doug? We talked about Cleveland's intensity earlier. Have you seen anything right now that says they're not where they should be?
Well, I just think they're out of sync offensively, and I think a lot of it is the fact that Brad Doherty's not 100% right now offensively because so much of their game depends upon him running out. He's an excellent passer. He steps up high on the floor and sets screens for them, so he does a lot of things. And you got to give New Jersey credit. I think they jumped out early and got this crowd into the ball game where they'd like to be. So let's see if they can maintain it for 48 minutes.
Elo on the miss, doesn't get it. Williams again hustling for the loose ball, but into the hands of Chris Morris. Coleman to Petrovic.
Got a mismatch. Coleman, well, they made a switch now. Price was on Coleman.
Morris left alone for the baseline J, and Chris Morris now 5 and 6 from the floor.
Well, you take his last ball game where he was 12 for 14, so Chris Morris sort of the X factor right now for New Jersey the way he's playing.
Biggest lead of the ball game for the Nets. Price just dribbles through everyone and is left alone at the baseline.
Well, you don't leave Mark Price. You got to make him give the basketball up. He's such a great shooter. And 2 guys trapped him, and then both of them left him. About a 15-foot wide-open jump shot for Mark Price.
Mike Sanders will come back into the Cavs lineup.
Petrovic loves to go to his left. You got to force him right. He loves to come off and catch and shoot. Or if he does dribble the basketball, likes to take it left, get in the lane. He's really improved all phases of his game. He used to be such a weak defender. Now he's adequate. Not great, but adequate.
Inside, Doherty has it swatted away into the hands of Elo. Blaylock leads the break. Petrovic wants the shot, and he's got it, but he doesn't get it.
He misses. It's almost like, how did he miss that shot?
3-on-1. Nance over Sam Bowie, who wisely holds on to Larry Nance.
Boy, he was very fortunate there. Larry Nance was on the way to a nasty spill. Sam Bowie there, a very sportsmanlike play to hold him up.
Piggyback. Bowie left alone for the 20, and he drains it.
See, Sam Bowie's actually better out there. He's an excellent passer, and he's a very good spot-up shooter. He's not great with his back to the basket.
John Williams could never get the handle.
3-on-1 fast break. Watch Larry Nance, the big finish. And you see Sam Bowie there hold him up, and as he starts to go down, he holds him up and prevents him from taking a very nasty fall. I wonder if the Pistons and the Knicks will do that tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm sure they will. They'll help each other up, too. Tate George, number 12, the second-year pro out of Connecticut. A first-round pick back in '90 is checked into the lineup for New Jersey.
Very streaky player, Tate George. He can give you some good offense, but he can also have some bad games.
The back door is open.
They backdoored Craig Elo 3 times tonight. The weak side help has been slow rotating 3 times, twice by Petrovic and now by Tate George. They must have seen something on the film. They think they can do that.
Price from the outside trying to get his team back in. Sanders able to keep it alive, but again, Morris ends up with it. The outlet to Blaylock, who loses it to Elo, and it's a 3-on-1. A little too much French pastry by Mark Price. The Nets, Bowie, Coleman, the 3, way off the mark, but Sanders knocks it out.
I don't think Lenny Wilkins likes at all what he sees with his team right now. This is not characteristic Cleveland basketball. They're making the spectacular play. They're not getting back defensively. They're not rebounding. New Jersey right now is doing whatever they want out on the floor, backdooring them defensively or offensively.
And it was a 3. We'll take a look at it again as the first quarter comes to an end.
He almost got fouled there, too. I told you he was better out there.
The Nets on a 7-0 run to end the quarter. They wanted to start quickly. They did just that. They lead it by 14.
showmanship.
The three-game series, tremendous first quarter. Now the Nets are going to have to continue to build on this. I think the big thing was the poor shooting and the turnovers. 6 turnovers, and New Jersey out rebounding for every phase, not just one.
Inside, Sanders has it rejected. That'll be a goaltending call. Now that's 16 points, ties the Net Club playoff record for fewest points allowed in a quarter. And ironically, that record was set against Milwaukee in '84, which also was their last playoff victory prior to Tuesday night.
Well, they're posting up Chris Morris in the lane against Mike Sanders, feeling that he has the size advantage.
We have seen, Doug, in the last week we've been on the road in the playoffs, teams not putting other teams away when they have the big margins. Cleveland, a good example on Tuesday. New Jersey now in the position. Can they put it on?
Ron, let me talk to you about the importance of Thursday night's game for Cleveland. They were up 10 with 6 minutes to go. They had an opportunity to close that series out. What ends up happening is Brad Daugherty twists an ankle, and now he's a problem because he's not playing to his capability. Now you've got New Jersey thinking they can beat you tonight, but the real problem is Boston is sitting home wrestling, and Cleveland has to play Saturday regardless now. Instead of getting some rest, they now have to play an extra 1 game, maybe even 2, to get to Boston if they're going to get there. And if they're winning this game tonight, if they win this game tonight, then they've got to go back and play Boston in game 1 on Saturday. So that loss the other night was a very, very crucial one in the playoff standings here for Cleveland as they make their march through the playoffs this year.
Chris Dudley is in the lineup for New Jersey, number 22, the 5th-year pro out of Yale. Coleman goes right, uses the left hand.
See, Coleman now basically playing center offensively. Brad Daugherty's not going to be able to handle him, so Lenny Wilkins is going to have to watch that matchup. Coleman way too quick for him right now, especially with that gimpy ankle.
John Battle up off the bench as Morris comes up with the steal to take George to the hole, doesn't get it. Now Cleveland can take advantage of the numbers if they hustle. Sanders to Williams. Excellent look by Sanders.
Big guy can really run. John Williams is one of the guys that can really get out and finish on the break. He's also one of the Cleveland big guys you can isolate, step him out on the floor and create his own shot. Let's watch him against Chris Dudley.
Coleman looks inside. The lead is 11.
See that matchup right there. Brad Daugherty's going to have to push and hold.
Inside, the no-look shot by Morris, way off the mark. He'll try it again. No question about it.
Remember now, New Jersey's the #1 offensive rebounding team in the NBA, so that's no fluke. They make an effort to get to the board. The one thing they have to make sure they do is get back in transition, but right now, they're getting the finishes they want to around the offensive glass.
So Morris was soon to be free agent, lighting it up tonight for New Jersey. He has 12 for the ball game, and that is a ball belongs to Cleveland. Nance back into the lineup. Daugherty will sit down. Price will sit down, and here comes John Battle. We get our first look at him.
John Battle, very explosive off the bench, can score, loves to get the ball in the lane, does not have great range. We're also going to have to see what this does with Brad Daugherty. He's warmed up. He's played a lot of minutes consecutively. As he sits down and tries to come back in the game, will that ankle stiffen up on him?
Lenny Wilkins wants a timeout. 9:49 remaining to be played in the second. The Nets by 13. Second quarter, the Nets lead it by 13, and Doug, once again, uncharacteristically, Cleveland not protecting the basketball.
Well, 7 turnovers has led to 8 New Jersey points. New Jersey's turned it over 5 times for only 2 Cleveland points, but if I'm Bill Fitch right now, I'm very happy. My rebounding is good. My defense is very good, and as I look out there and I see Brad Daugherty, I see that he's not moving very well, so I have to like the pace of this game right now. We've got off to a good start. The thing is sustaining it and making sure you do not go through any period 6, 7, 8 minutes against a team like this where they can beat you on a 15-0 spurt.
Shot clock at 6. Nance loses the ball out of bounds. Another turnover. Number 8 for the Cavs.
This is a team out of sync right now. Lenny Wilkins is trying to piece and match and all to get some guys out on the floor that have it right now, but right now he is not finding anybody that is on top of their game. Double up, John Battle.
Morris for 3, doesn't get it short. Nance with the quick outlet to Battle. He has Sanders on the right, Williams on the left.
He loves to get in the lane and hang.
Blocked by Dudley, but there's a foul. That'll be Dudley's first.
John Battle is one of those guys that loves to get in the lane area. You watch him. He drives it. He loves to get in the paint, and then he leans it up and underneath you. Chris Dudley comes over to give help with a block. Excellent reaction, but not quick enough to get there, and he draws the foul. But that was a tremendous reaction by Dudley to be able to get back and even contest that play. Saved his team a point as he missed a free throw.
Well, at the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug and I will be selecting our Budweiser player of the game. Mookie Blaylock out, draws in Petrovic back in for the Nets.
Look at the size of New Jersey's team right now. Tate George at 6'5", Petrovic at 6'5" or 6'6", Dudley, Morris, and Coleman have a very, very big team in here. Cleveland is not the kind of team that can pressure you defensively and force turnovers there, so that will not hurt them ball handling-wise, speaking of New Jersey.
Coleman double teamed by Kerr and Nance. Somebody's got to be open. It's George. Goes baseline, dishes inside the Dudley. Everybody blocks it. Again, a sweet rejection by John Williams. Had over 180 blocks during the regular season. Steve Kerr took over for Elo and Craig missed 19 games because of sprained knee. Another turnover. That is number 9.
See, Tate George had a jump shot. He ran away from it, got in the lane, got the ball to Dudley, who missed the one, and then the big block by John Williams. But Tate George had a wide-open 15-footer and ran away from it. Cost his team really a possession there.
Battle on Petrovic out front. Elo giving George a lot of room.
So that's the shot he's got to make. They're going to double team. He's got to make that jump shot. Steve Kerr is the man. He and John Battle are double teaming Coleman when he catches the basketball. That's the shot he should have taken on the baseline in the previous possession. Maybe that'll boost his confidence.
Still a 14-point advantage for New Jersey. In case you just joined us, they have never trailed in this game. Jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and this matches their biggest margin so far tonight. Nance drains it from deep.
He's had an excellent year. Larry Nance, in every phase of his game, defense, shot blocking, rebounding, scoring, field goal percentage, everything has been great for him this year. A real resurgence in Larry Nance.
28 points in game 3. Outside, George from the top of the key won't get it. Dudley the tip. Tries to get it back out. George inside, banging some bodies. That'll be an offensive foul on Tate George. No basket.
Good hustle by Tate George. Just gets in the air. You see him, instead of pulling up, he goes in too deep. Good position, offensive foul against Tate George. So Cleveland with new possession and chance to cut into this lead, make it 10.
In that game 3 Cleveland loss, as we mentioned, 23 turnovers, good for 34 points. Most of their turnovers during this 3-game set have been by steals by New Jersey.
That is an interesting statistic. They have 49 turnovers, speaking of Cleveland, and 32 of them have been off steals. The Nets have 32 steals. That means only 17 other violations in 3 games. That's only 5 a game. That is a very, very interesting stat.
Kerr drains the 3. He's the #1 3-point shooter in NBA history. Petrovic in traffic. Good box out by Mike Sanders and John Williams underneath.
And very good defense that time by John Battle. Forced Petrovic to take a tough shot with a hand in his face.
Kerr tries to force the pass in with 12 on the shot clock. Cleveland will still have it. And we get our first look at Terry Mills out of Michigan in his 2nd year. With the first-round pick back in '90 by Milwaukee, then traded to Denver, traded to New Jersey for Cadillac Anderson. Kerr again for a 3. I can't believe somebody didn't hit that, or at least grab his arm. I've never seen Steve Kerr 10 feet short on a 25-footer.
I think Mookie got away with one there. Might have just tipped him on the arm just enough where the officials couldn't see it, and it threw his shot way off. You can hit a guy on his elbow just barely, and it will do that to his shot.
Mookie Blaylock scoreless in the first quarter, has his first 2. And the lead is back to 11. New Jersey finishing 40-42 on the year. Doherty up off Cleveland's bench. Shot clock inside of 10.
Well, the defense of New Jersey has been very good tonight. They've really done a good job of keeping the penetration of Cleveland out of the lane, and all the shots that Cleveland is getting right now, the medium post jump shots, really nothing point blank at the basket.
Mills fakes left, turns around, goes left, and he drains it.
I like the guys that New Jersey can bring off the bench. I think Terry Mills, Raphael Addison, some of these guys that they bring in, Tate George, I think they really do a good job knowing their roles.
The coach said they're excellent role players. Nance inside, hangs up.
And Dudley does a good job, Ron. I mean, there's 2 block shots right there in that same possession.
Coleman the finger roll, the slam.
Remember, this is his old Cleveland teammates, so I'm sure he would love to eliminate them.
Another standing ovation. The lead, 42-29 by New Jersey.
I burn with design. Over giving help, changes Larry Nance's shot, maybe get a finger on it. Then he's going to change this shot, gets a piece of this one. Coleman with a nice rebound. And then who's going to finish it up but Chris Dudley, an excellent offensive rebounder, the leading shot blocker on this team as a non-starter.
John Battle in traffic. Just like you said, Doug, he doesn't mind bumping heads with people down low. In fact, most people feel he shoots better when somebody's on him.
Yeah, he does. He's not a great long-range shooter. It's almost like he has to get in there and get a body, know the guy is playing him defensively.
Mills takes Nash to the baseline, opens up Blaylock, who rattles it home.
I got to give Mookie Blaylock a lot of credit. He's not run away from his shot. He's continuing to look for it. What happens is when you don't shoot the ball well, he's 13 out of 42 in this series. A lot of times you run away from that shot and it hurts your team. So if you have great offensive rebounders, take the shot and then get some second and third shots.
Well, it's just about 15,000 here, but it sounds like about 25. Alley-oop to John Williams, not a very good pass.
Well, Dudley knocked that one down, too.
Mills doesn't get it.
And there's Dudley again. Boy, what hustle plays by Chris Dudley. That just gives your team extra possession. Got to have those kind of guys, Ron, that come off the bench and do those kind of things for you.
Inside, Mills can't get it to go. The tip by Dudley won't go. Rebound finally controlled by Cleveland.
Right now, New Jersey's just out hustling Cleveland. Every hustle statistic, they're winning.
Gordy left open from the baseline. Does he get it? Nance tips it to himself. Cleveland has it. Elo back into the lineup. Steve Kerr gave him some pretty good minutes. He sits down. Mark Price comes back in. And John Battle will sit down.
Well, Cleveland does not have their first quarter average for the series right now. They have 31 points right now. Their first quarter average in the three-game has been 34. That tells you the New Jersey defense. And the inept play right now, Cleveland, they're just fumbling and stumbling all over right now.
They usually don't do dumb things with the basketball, but they're doing them again tonight.
There's a run out for Petrovic.
Petrovic, about 15 feet, nothing but net. Petrovic has 8. On 4 of 6 shooting. Price, somebody's got to give him a lift emotionally. Price can do that.
Mookie Blaylock missed that steal by about a fingernail. He came over the top of the screen and got his hand in there and barely missed picking that one off. Petrovic going left again.
Tell you what, they talk about Cleveland not being tough enough down low. They're not putting a body on anybody going to the hole right now.
Well, they're a great shot blocking team, but tonight New Jersey's getting inside and doing an excellent job.
That's the heart of Cleveland's defense is shot blocking. Foul will be on Drazen Petrovic. That is his second personal foul.
Well, it's interesting. They're a great shot blocking team, but they're not a great rebounding team. They won 57 games, obviously, on the season. But on the season, they were out-rebounded by their opponents by almost a rebound and a half. So I think the knock has always been on Cleveland. If you can get in there and bang the boards against them and be rough on the inside, you'd have a chance to beat them. And New Jersey is doing a good job of that here in the first half.
Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers have only made it to the second round once in their playoff history. That was back in 1976. They have 6 straight first-round playoff losses. This is very surprising. 10 turnovers to 10 net points so far tonight.
Well, remember now, they're number one in taking care of the basketball. Only 13 turnovers on the season, or 13 turnovers a game on the season. 6 assists means they're not moving the basketball. So I'm sure they will get an earful from Lenny Wilkes at halftime. He cannot like what he sees right now in his team. You just don't say, okay, let's make this a 5-game series and go home and win game 5. That just does not work.
They average 27 assists a game on the year. Blaylock cuts the defense. The high archer way off the mark, but he hustles everybody for the ball, only for Cleveland to get it.
Well, that's why you shoot 13 for 42 right there. You force one. Mookie got in the lane, good idea, but the shot was not there. That's the one you got to pump back out and reset your offense.
15-point New Jersey lead. 2:20 to 18 left to be played. Well, Mills picks up the foul. We'd like to remind you, coming up at halftime, Ernie Johnson in our studios, along with Dick Versace. The Prudential Halftime Report. Take a look at Game 4 of the Warriors Sonics. Plus, we'll have an interview with Don Nelson. And we'll be talking to Commissioner David Stern, who's here tonight, about the change in schedule of the Clippers Utah, among other things. Outside, Nance rolls it home. Larry Nance with 6. The lead is down to 13, and we are inside of 2 minutes.
If they try to get a Petrovic a jump shot off this series, I think he can get something going against Elo from the side to Coleman.
Coleman banging. Price tries to get a piece of it, maybe just enough for him to miss the shot. And Elo goes down.
They've done a good job not allowing Price to get that three-point shot off on the fast break. One of the things that Cleveland really does effectively as Doherty gets fouled is they give you a high screen roll in transition, and they really free up Kerr and Mark Price in transition. New Jersey has done a great job of running them off that play.
Brad Doherty went to the hole. Not very strong, though. Didn't have that big push he usually has. Got 6 in the ball game, all coming in that first quarter.
You know, when you get into the playoffs, Ron, and you go up 2-0 in a series, you got to have that sense of urgency about you on the road, even that you know that you've got other chances. You've got to put teams away. We saw Portland allow Lakers last night to get a win. So now that they've got to go to a Game 4, we see now Golden State and Seattle. Golden State has that sense of urgency tonight, but Seattle's got to put them away tonight. They can't let it get back home. So there's some interesting things starting to happen in the playoffs as we finish off this first round.
Doherty only 2 of 6 from the floor. Coleman backs in on Doherty. Doesn't get it. Good job defensively. Dudley was there for the follow. But we have a foul.
What we're going to see in the experience right now, though, Chris Dudley, if you're watching at home, do not attempt this free throw. I think if they're going to give him 2 free, do not attempt this free throw for him. It's a shame that this young man has not been able to shoot good free throws, but you hear the people buzzing right now in the crowd because this is definitely not his strength. On the season, he's shooting 46%, and he's got an unbelievable hitch in his shot.
He was 9 of 11 one game this year against Golden State. He shoots from the right side and kind of stops.
What happens is, Ron, when you have such horrible luck or success that he has had, or lack of success or failure, whatever you want to call it, you start changing around. And right now, he gets up there, and, I mean, it's sad because this young man is a good basketball player, but his free throw shooting prevents him from being as great as he could be.
Price stops and pops over Blaylock. Mark Price now with 8 for the ball game. Pressure put on by Cleveland. Inside of a minute.
See, quietly now, if Cleveland gets a stop here and scores, they could be within 6 or 7 at halftime after New Jersey has totally dominated. Now Price will shoot 3.
That ball was pinned against the backboard. Elo wants a goaltending call, and the Cavs on a 6-0 run. They make it 8. That's Blaylock's first personal. And it'll be Williams at the line shooting a pair. So far tonight, Williams with 5 points. Hey, Doug, Cleveland has played terrible. And like you said, it can be quickly, right now, it could be a 7-point ball game.
Absolutely. That's why in the playoffs, you cannot go through these periods of time for 4 or 5 minutes where your offense stops and you allow this team, like Cleveland, they're on a 6-0 run right now. If they score the free throw at 7-0, if they stop them, there's a chance for them to finish up with a 9-0 or a 10-0 run at the end of the half, and you're right back into the ball game after New Jersey doing everything right in the first half and totally dominating.
Williams now 2 of 4 from the line for 6. The lead is down to 8, and we are nearing the 42nd mark of the second quarter. New Jersey led by 14 at the end of 1. They have never trailed in this ball game. Elo tries to draw the charge inside. Coleman, the double pump, doesn't get it. Rebound control. Price steps in front of Blaylock to pick it off. 3 on 3.
Get the last shot. Need to get the last shot.
Cleveland's not going to settle for the last shot. Elo inside. Sanders doesn't get it. Tries to keep it alive. Pushes Dudley out of the way. And the ball belongs to New Jersey. They will have the last shot. Lenny Wilkins on the far side is livid that his team did not show more patience.
They had the opportunity to get the last shot of the quarter. Now New Jersey will.
And this can be a big emotional lift for the Nets. Mills looks at the three. He's going to take it. That won't be anywhere close. And as the horn sounds, we've played 24. But what a 24 minutes for the New Jersey Nets. They go to the locker room leading by 8, 48-40. Don't forget, Ernie Johnson standing by with Dick Versace, and they'll be coming up in a moment. NBA. Now the pressure is on New Jersey. We talked about it early in the first quarter. Can they put them away? Does this team not only have the basketball ability, but also the mental toughness to knock Cleveland away right now?
Well, I think they need to get off to a good here, quick 5 minutes. Morris was big in the first half. Let's see if he can pick up where he left off.
Hit. We've got a whistle and a foul, and that will be a pickup. Blaylock.
Well, just what Brad Daugherty needs. His foot's hurting now. His eye has been poked on the rebound. Mookie Blaylock, you see the big arms of the Cleveland Cavalier defenders, but nice rebound, and you're going to see Blaylock come into your picture with the swipe right there. He gets Brad Daugherty right in the eye.
That'll make him forget about the pain in his foot.
That's why you're seeing a lot of big guys go to goggles. I'm surprised there's not more fingers in the eyes the way the guys reach and call for the basketball.
Price coming through a couple of picks, sets up on the left side. Dance tries to give and go to Elo, taken away. Morris with the loose ball. 3-on-1 to Morris.
Now, I'll tell you what I liked about that play. You had Petrovic on one lane, you had Chris Morris on the other. Petrovic is going to get his points. Keep Chris Morris excited, and you give him a dunk. The level of his game picks up. His rebounding, his shot blocking, everything else. Great decision that time by Mookie Blaylock.
That keeps him mentally in the basketball game because he can drift.
Absolutely. You know, you let him get a couple baskets and all phases of his game are better.
Elo, the nice pass inside. Daugherty has it knocked away by Morris, but he'll be whistled for the foul. That is his second. Here's the next fast break.
Mark Price is back. Blaylock can go to Petrovic or he can go to Morris. He says, I'm going to go to my big guy. I'm going to reward him for running the floor on the fast break. So he'll do the job around the basket for us that we need him to do.
Daugherty, who wears number 43 because it is also Richard Petty's number, the stock car racer. He's a stock car buff.
Well, this young man has been maligned so often in his career. He had a tremendous year. He elevated his game up to the David Robinsons and the Hakeem Olajuwons and the Patrick Ewings. He had a tremendous year in every phase. And I really believe one of the reasons that Cleveland is struggling tonight is because he's such an integral part of their offense, passing, kicking, and posting, that he has just not been right tonight, and they've been struggling to get in sync.
Blaylock misses the jumper. For Daugherty, the second consecutive year, he's had 20-plus points and 10-plus rebounds. Quite an accomplishment. Sanders, baseline jumper, rolls around and down. Sanders with 5 in the first half, now has 7 for the game.
Quietly, we have a 6-point game.
Morris, Nance on the block, but he's also on the foul. That's the third personal foul on Larry Nance for Cleveland.
What you've seen the last couple times, and Larry Nance does this, and it's something that Horace Grant does exceptionally well for the Chicago Bulls, and he comes up and he traps the point guard. He forces the ball to be passed out of the point guard's hands to disrupt the timing of the offense, and then he can get back into play and rebound and be a shot blocker. So I guess these Clemson guys like to come up the floor and get the ball out of these point guards' hand, have the quickness and the speed to get back and help around the basket as well. So that's an important part of the Cleveland defense.
Morris only a 71% free throw shooter, a career low average for the regular season at only 11. Elo inside has to dish it back off to Nance, who drains it from the outside. So the Cavs a little 2 for 1 there. 2 points, 1 for New Jersey. Blaylock inside, go with the left hand. Blaylock with 6. The lead is back to 7 inside of 10 minutes.
At the charge, good play by Mookie Blaylock. He went underneath the screen. Mark Price thought he could turn the corner, and Mookie Blaylock beat him to the spot. This is playing angles defensively. You're underneath the screen, and you beat the man to the spot. Quick feed, excellent play.
Mookie Blaylock, who said he needed to elevate his game against Mark Price defensively. Petrovic walked with it. He'll go the other way. Turnover number 9 for New Jersey. Cleveland already with 11. We've played just about 2.5 minutes, and the home team leads by 7. Elo spotting up for the 3, wants the basketball.
Here's that high screen roll.
Price tries to kick it back out to Elo, who's still standing on that spot, intercepted by Petrovic. Cutting through the hole. Derek Coleman knocks
decision Mookie Blaylock made. Instead of shooting the jump shot, he found the big guy.
Elo for three, and he answers it.
That quiets the crowd quickly.
Elo, 41% on the year for threes.
With Kerr and Price and Elo, they have three guards that can all shoot the three exceptionally well.
Nance gets a piece of Coleman. Here comes Elo. Doherty sets a little pick on Petrovic. Cleveland is forcing every pass down. Petrovic hammered by Mark Price. And it was not a flagrant foul, I don't think.
Now you look at that little angelic face of Mark Price and you say, that guy would never commit a hard foul. When the game is on the line, the guy is going to get back. And he's going to make the play you have to make. Petrovic had a wide open layup. He made the good hard foul. Nothing flagrant about it. And Petrovic left to shoot 2 free throws. So just a great hustle play. He did not lower his head after the turnover. He got back, got into the play. Now Petrovic might make the free throws, but at least he knows Mark Price is there.
Razin Petrovic, third-year pro from Yugoslavia. Third round pick back in '86 by Portland. Once scored 112 points for his Yugoslavian team.
How many points?
112.
In a game?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know who they were playing. They don't tell you that. Shot clock at 8. Elo on Petrovic. Tries to go baseline. To Sanders with the shot clock at 3. Sanders will try it again. Coleman got a piece of it. Third time, Doherty.
You can see Doherty just didn't have any lift. He couldn't finish off that foot.
Elo takes it inside to Doherty. Finally for Cleveland.
That was a hard-earned 2 points by Cleveland. They had about 3 offensive rebounds in that possession. They finally got it out.
The lead is 6 inside of 8 minutes. Give and go to Blaylock. Gets inside of traffic, stops, pops, doesn't get it. Hey, Cleveland is not playing well. They're only down by 6.
I think that's a credit to how good of a team they really are.
Doherty wants the ball, and Sam Bowie with a little Lex Luger action on him. That is the third on Bowie. The takedown was worth 2 points, but it was worth his third foul.
Nice lob pass here, and you see Doherty wants to go to can't get there.
The brain said
like,
go, the body said no. That'll be a blocking foul. So Morris picks up his third. So now Bowie with 3, Morris with 3.
This is where Cleveland wants you now. The next foul on the Nets will be in the penalty, and Cleveland will shoot free throws. The one thing they do, they're a great free throw shooting team. So let's watch now, Ron, the last 7.5 minutes of this quarter, if Cleveland can take advantage and get to the foul line.
Elo with 5 in the half, has 7 for the ball game, and the lead is cut to 4. 2:58 left in the second. New Jersey was up by 15, and that'll be a foul on the Cavs, Mike Sanders.
And I always wonder when I see Sam Bowie how good he really would have been had he not had all the leg problems. He had so many leg problems. I think he had double fractures in both legs and both shins on both his legs, and he's gone through so much to even be out there.
Just more games in his career than he's played.
Plus, he missed the whole season in Kentucky, if I remember correctly.
Sanders picks up his third. So for Cleveland, Sanders and Nance both with 3. Those are the only Cavs in some type of foul trouble. Work inside to Coleman. Williams in the ball game. Nance out. Coleman forces a lot of shots when somebody puts a hand in his face.
Well, Price was down the floor, and Craig, was in so much congestion he could not find him. He would have had an easy layup.
And Bowie again. Works to his left, and Bowie just gets a hand on the hand. So right now, Sam Bowie playing a little more like David Bowie as he picks up his 4th personal foul. 6:40 remaining to be played in the third. The Cavs are within 4. Scoreboard last night in the East, Chicago wrapped up that series 3-0, defeating Miami. Phoenix also advances to round 2 with a 9-point win over San Antonio. Doherty makes the free throw. And also Portland defeated by the Lakers in overtime.
How about the Cleveland wake-up call at halftime? The Nets are shooting 3 for 9 in this quarter with no rebounds. Cleveland 9 rebounds, so 9-0 on the board. So that has turned around, I think, after the halftime lecture from Lenny Wilkins.
Oh, I would have loved to listen to that.
Yeah, if he was talking to someone else.
That's right. No, I don't want to talk to me. Right. We've got Don LeBlair doing that on the phone to us. Cleveland's never led in this ball game. The game has never been tied. And Lenny Wilkins picking up win number 800 this year. Does not want to have a game 5 or 3 from the outside.
Again, a very, very good open shooter from that kind of range. He made a spectacular shot at the end of the first quarter from 3. A very good spot-up shooter because he's a great passer out there. One of the better big passers, as is Brad Daugherty.
His first point since that bang shot to end quarter number 1. Shot clock at 8. Daugherty backs up Bowie, fakes it inside. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. Good defense by Sam Bowie that time.
Well, Jackie Neese ruled that Brad Daugherty had no place to go with that pass. He got himself in the air out of bounds. He was not going to bail him out and put him on the free throw line.
14 turnovers for Cleveland, 1 above their regular season average. Rebound from the third quarter. The big Duces for New Jersey. And it stays that way, but Mookie Blaylock kicks it off his foot. Fans wanted a foul. Elo's going to bring it in quickly. 4-point net lead. They led an intermission by 8. They led by 14 at the end of 1.
There's that steal that Mookie almost got in the first half. This time he gets it.
He ends up with a layup.
Cleveland likes to run Mark Price off a little flare screen. Mookie is going high side on the screen. He's stepping into the passing lane. So Cleveland has to be very careful trying to make that pass.
The points off turnovers. Blaylock 4th in the NBA in steals.
Got to switch now. John Williams got Mookie Blaylock posted.
Got to take it in. He dishes off to Daugherty instead. He can't get it, but Williams is there, and he's able to draw the foul. That is Morris's 4th personal foul. Mookie Blaylock on the steal and the hoop. 4th foul on Chris Morris, and New Jersey's also been issued a delay of game warning. At the line, it is Williams. He returns. Has hit his last 4 free throws. He is now 5 of 7. Battle into the lineup for Cleveland.
He will give them some points off the bench, and he's a rugged defender. He can get to the free throw line as he gets in the lane. So with the Cleveland team shooting free throws for the rest of this quarter, maybe John Battle can get in the line against Drazen Petrovic.
Daugherty comes out on Coleman. Morris bumping with Sanders. There's Coleman in the paint over John Williams. Coleman, who had only 2 points in that second quarter, has 4 here in the third. 11 for the ball game, and the lead is back to 6. But you can almost feel Cleveland about to make some type of big move here to take this game over. Not like that. Sanders left open for the J and nails it.
Very good open shooter, Mike Sanders. He gives them a nice look at that small forward. Does not have great size, and will make the open shot. And remember, he was a part of that Cleveland Cavaliers team that won 57 in their good season.
Petrovic can't get it. Sanders has the rebound. The outlet to Price. He goes right around Petrovic. Has Daugherty on the left. Here he comes to the hole. No foul. But the shot is good, and there's the foul.
I think Lenny Wilkins very upset the first time that Daugherty went to the basket, feeling there was a foul, nothing called. Fortunately for the Cavaliers, they do get the rebound back and the opportunity for the three-point play. But this right here, feeling if there was contact there, it should have been a foul. Daugherty hangs with it and is rewarded with the second effort.
They work out to their advantage. Instead of the 2 free throws, he gets the basket and the free throw, a 3-point play. And the lead is 1. No rebound for New Jersey in the quarter. Amazing. Coleman faces up. The left-handed jumper, nothing but net. Coleman with 13. Bowie, Doherty going at it underneath.
Brad Doherty really wants the basketball against Bowie.
Dorsey's going to get his goal. That's a bad air ball, but Bowie picks up his 5th personal foul.
He's also going to get a technical, too.
Technical, I think, on Chris Morris. And he's almost going to get another one. Morris, I think, got the team. Now, Bowie picks up his 5th. Morris popped off. Jack Lees beat him. And then Morris popped off again, and he's lucky Lees had his back turned to it.
Well, I thought this was a foul. Watch as he shoots it. He hits him on the arm. Right there, you see him hit him on the arm as he goes up. So, see, Brad Doherty shot an air ball from about 10 feet.
We saw Steve Kerr in that second quarter. Price, the #1 free throw shooter in the NBA, gets the technical to go down. Doherty has to sit down, or Bowie has to sit down, and Dudley comes in.
This is the time right now when New Jersey's got to gather themselves. They're starting to get a little emotional out there, and they're being distracted a little bit by a couple of the calls. They need to get themselves together. They've done a good job. They're still winning the basketball game by 2 points, but you sense it's slipping away from them little by little.
Nance checks back into the lineup. Sanders sits down. That's Doherty's first miss from the line. Morris also sat down. I think Bill Fitch just wanted to keep him quiet so he doesn't pick up his second tee as Terry Mills is back there.
Well, Chris Morris is a very emotional player, and I think that Bill Fitch knows him very well as Doherty misses both free throws. Would have got 4 free throw misses the last couple of possessions by Cleveland. I think John Williams had stepped up there and missed 2 also.
Laylock out front. It is a 2-point game. Petrovic from the corner doesn't get it. But Mills tracks down the loose ball. Fresh 24.
John Battle's doing a very good job defensively, fighting through the screens against Petrovic. They're trying to free him up.
Williams on the switch with Laylock. Price now guarding Coleman. Laylock takes him to the hole. Dudley gets with the tip. Coleman again, the basket and the foul.
Well, he finally gets to the board.
Finally.
Good things happen when you get second and third shots. Mookie Blaylock, little point-blank shot, he misses, but excellent hustle by Derek Coleman to keep it alive, and New Jersey needs that.
The play again. They're standing at the Meadowlands. The Nets up by 4.
Around 1900, GMC Truck built America's first gasoline.
Has shot 9, so one of the things they have done all season long, and specifically in this series, is get to the free throw line and have the big edge. So 9-1 in attempts, 6-1 in makes in this quarter.
Inside of 2.5, the lead is 5. Cleveland pulls within 2. That's the closest they've been in this ballgame.
Now, Battle does not like to shoot outside jumpers. He wants to drive and get in the lane.
He's got 3 seconds to do it. Inside to Williams. Shot clock at 1. And John Williams hits it at the buzzer. 12 for Williams in the ballgame. The lead is down to 3 inside of 2 minutes.
Well, I really like the job that John Battle's doing defensively against Petrovic. He's really chasing him off his shot.
Nice double team by Williams and Doherty, but I think Doherty may have picked up the foul.
The thing I also like about Petrovic, he's not forcing anything. Battle's doing a good job, and he did a nice job of dumping the ball inside to Coleman as he came off the little screen. So not forcing anything was there. I think this is a sign of maturity. Maybe a couple years ago he might have tried to force some shots up there, but now as he's playing heavy minutes, he knows that during the course of the game he's going to get his opportunity.
Foul was on Williams, not on Doherty. And Coleman now, 3 of 4 from the line. Kerr in the lineup. Price will sit down. Derek Coleman has definitely a knack for drawing fouls. Gets the second one to go down. The lead is 5. Nearing the 1:45 mark of the third. Kerr. Nance. Posting up Mills. Nance very quiet tonight. Ball kicked. And Cleveland will have a new 24. Nance only 8 points. 6 in the first half.
Have to be very careful with Mookie Blaylock going back to double team. Steve Kerr is a very, very good three-point shooter. If they're going to help, they've got to help off John Battle.
takes the jumper to Battle. Crowd chanting defense. Shot clock at 9. Good defense by New Jersey. Battle lets it fly off the mark into the hands of Mills.
Must be a big possession right now. If New Jersey can score to go back up 7, they've really fought through a little bit of a run here by Cleveland.
Petrovich off a couple of screens. The running jumper will go. Dudley overran the basketball. He was pushed from behind.
Well, the problem is that he's an excellent hustle play, but the problem is he's got to shoot 2 free throws now as Cleveland is in the penalty. So, again, we've talked about the free throw shooting of Chris Dudley. He would be recognized again as a much, much better player if he was even a 60% free throw shooter instead of 46.
7 rebounds for Dudley to go along with 2 points. He's the 6th.
Listen to the crowd.
Standing ovation.
Listen to this. You think he doesn't think about this when he goes to the line? You want to talk about it? I mean, free throws are as much mental as they are technique.
He's on a roll.
Well, if he'd have made 2 in a row, they'd have had to stop the game.
But Blaylock is there, and Dudley is hammered again, and he gets another trip to the free throw line.
Tell you what Mookie Blaylock is doing, and Cleveland's going to have to recognize this. He is coming in underneath the basket as they are rebounding and coming up underneath and stripping up underneath to try to knock the ball loose. He's done that twice now. Once he got Doherty in the eye, but that time he got the clean steal, so they're going to have to clear the rebound.
That was nothing but net. Stops the game and bronze the ball.
Keep your eye now on Mookie Blaylock, number 10 in the lane. If the shot is missed, he's going to go after the rebounder and try to knock this loose. 3 for 4.
And it is an 8-point lead. Berg. Blaylock comes out to meet him. Nance on the move. Doesn't get it blocked, but almost picked up and in by Dudley. Doherty, a lot of people underneath, but Nance doesn't chin him. 10 for Nance. The lead is 6 inside of 30 seconds. Bill Fix wants a timeout.
Well, he takes that because otherwise you'll lose it. So he needs to take the timeout. You might as well get a good possession here.
We're going to keep it right here. 28.5 left to be played in the quarter. A 6-point New Jersey lead. What will it take for Cleveland to get that spark, Doug? You and I felt the momentum sort of changing, but then they got to that certain plateau and they backed off again.
I really don't know, Ron. I thought they did some good things in the 3rd quarter, but New Jersey has answered the challenge. They did a good job getting more aggressive at the end of that quarter. Early, the aggression went to Cleveland in rebounds. At one time, it was 9-0 in the quarter, 9 free throw attempts to 1. But in the last 3 or 4 possessions, New Jersey's got to the free throw line. They've gotten some rebounds. They blocked a couple shots. So it looks to me like they're starting to get a good feeling back about themselves after going through a dry, I would say, about 9-minute stretch.
Cavs had 7 more turnovers in that 3rd quarter, 16 for the ball game, and that comes out to 22 points for the Nets. Just a reminder, Golden State and Seattle will be coming your way immediately following our contest tonight. Sharunas, Marciulionis, and company find themselves down 2-1. Jack Givens and Jim Durham standing by for that contest. And for us right now, the Nets went on top 30-16 at the end of 1. They led by 8 at the end of 2. Led by as many as 15 in the ball game, and the closest Cleveland has been able to get is 2, and that was here in the 3rd quarter. Chris Dudley hits 2 in a row from the line. Crowd goes nuts. New Jersey will go with Mills, Coleman, Dudley, Blaylock, and Tate George. Cleveland has Price, Doherty, Williams, Nance, and John Battle. Final 26 seconds of the 3rd quarter. New Jersey looking to even the series at 2 games apiece. Sending it back to Cleveland for Game 5. Coleman off the front of the rim. Cleveland will have the last shot. Blaylock drew a charge on that play earlier. the double comes. Dudley with the block. And with 1.5 left in the quarter, Cleveland has it. Lenny Wilkins wants a foul.
Well, they got to be careful now. Cleveland is a set play here to get Mark Price a three-point shot. So Mookie Blaylock has got to be very careful. Keep your eye on Mark Price here for a three-point shot. It's a great block by Dudley. You're going to see it up top. Beautiful play. Ball goes out of bounds, but keep your eye here on Mark Price as he likes to shoot a three-pointer out of this.
4 blocks for Dudley, and while we were showing the replay, Coleman and Williams were going at it job for job. Battle shot at the buzzer won't go. So Cleveland only able to make up 2 points in that quarter, but they find themselves still down 73-67. The fourth and final still to come. The Meadowlands Arena, the Nets lead by 8, 73-65. A very loud 15,000 as we look at Lenny Wilkins. 19 years in the league. Bill Fitch still believes this man will get 1,000 wins. He's already won 1 NBA title. Good effort by New Jersey this evening. That allows Petrovich to start the fourth. Williams just step in the paint. The shot won't go down, and we have the first foul of the fourth quarter.
Looks to me like Lenny Wilkins is going to try to exploit that matchup now. John Williams against Terry Mills, feeling that John Williams has the quickness and the size, and once he gets in the lane, Mills is not going to be able to contest his shot. Well, let's see if that's the trend. If Bill Fitch makes any kind of adjustment, maybe a quick double team or something to force John Williams to get the basketball up.
Third quarter scoring. Game 1, Cleveland had 91, 90, 84, 65. It has gone downhill for them.
Well, you got to credit the defense of New Jersey, but also the carelessness of Cleveland with their turnovers. Again, we talked about 23 for 34 points in Game 3 tonight. They turned it over 16 times, but it led to 22 points.
Characteristic Petrovich, by the time he got the handle on it, Doherty had rotated over to get the block. Second battle. 4-point lead.
I don't know how he did not get a walk there, but there he is.
There's John Williams again. Williams having a big night so far for the Cavs. He's 9 of 10 from the line, 17 for the ball game, and the lead is down to 2 with 11:05 left. Inside the middle, so back up on Williams. Williams gets a piece of it.
See, that matchup right there is going to go to Cleveland. See if they can get back to John Williams again.
Here comes Doherty. Throws up the wild shot. Can't get his own rebound.
He just can't finish.
Nance and Battle had the break, and they ran into each other, Doug. Or if they would have filled the lanes, they could have had a 3-on-3.
But you can also see that Brad Doherty just can't finish. He can't get up off that foot. Although that's his right leg, you still got to be able to plant and be able to go to the jump. Normally he would try to dunk that shot. That time he just had to flip it to keep him walking with it.
They lock on the left side. Clock is 15. Here comes Mark Price. He has Mills on his backside. Price has him stripped away by Mills. And that is his 4th personal foul. Sanders into the lineup. Doherty semi-limps off.
Nice play here by Mark Price in the open court. And Terry Mills with an excellent hustle to get back defensively. Mark Price is money in the bank at the free throw line. 94.7%. And as I say that, he misses one. So
we whammy Joe Dumars the other night.
Yeah, Joe Dumars stepped up just 27 seconds ago. That's something you don't ever see.
I would have put your house on that.
That's nice of you.
Went to the Bob Neal School of Wagering. The lead is down to 1. This is the closest Cleveland has been in the game. We haven't had any ties, and the Cavs have never led.
They're just not letting Petrovich get any room to work. They're doing a tremendous job on him, forcing him to get the ball up.
Mills gets by. Nance tries to cover, but not quick enough.
But Terry Mills took it to the other side in an over-the-head reverse layup with 2 hands.
Not bad for 6'10", 230 pounds.
Another turnover.
And then a little behind the back action. Blaylock spotting up. And we have a push. Chris Morris wished he would have shot that shot, but he heard the whistle just a little late, so it'll be sidelined out of bounds. Second foul in the quarter on Cleveland, 2 also for New Jersey, so neither team close to being in the penalty yet.
Sanders now with 4 personal fouls.
Petrovic, he lets it fly from long distance off the back of the iron. Long shots, long rebounds, 3-on-2. Battle fakes it, gets in traffic. Oh, that was ugly. Well, Dudley chased him right off that shot. That's about a foot out of his range right there. John Battle was chased off the shot by Dudley, got in the lane where he wanted to be, and Dudley would not bite on the fake.
Cleveland not able to complete the break.
Laylock from outside, way off the iron. Battle pushed off, loose ball foul. He would have had, I think, the rebound anyway because Petrovic was jumping forward.
Craig Edo's going to come back in for John Battle. Lenny Wilkins, sensing John Battle cannot get it going offensively, will come back in with Elo, who's a little bit bigger and rangier, but John Battle did do a good job defensively against Petrovic while he was in there.
Petrovic has only had 2 points in the second half, both coming from the line.
Remember, he got off 2 quick baskets early on layups, a couple of layups in the backdoor play, so they've done a good job since that first quarter.
Cleveland on the break, 4-on-3 if they hurry. Nance to the hole, has it rejected big time, but Sanders is there. Goaltending is called, but it went in anyway.
We're seeing some shots blocking and some shot changing here. Watch Chris Morris take off. Oh, great play.
Laylock on Price. Elo almost had the steal. Ball with a drop, no. The return, no. Chris Morris from point-blank range. And Dudley commits his second. 75-74 is our score. Cleveland within 1 basket with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to be played. Ricky Blaylock, 4 of 12 now from the floor. Coleman back in, Mills out. Cleveland only 16 times have they been under 100 points. Ricky Blaylock shooting 31% for the series. New Jersey 0-7 here in the fourth quarter. Talked about Blaylock being 4 for 12 tonight, which stays in line with the series. Nance shot, and Williams' shot goes down.
The versatility of John Williams. Brad Doherty struggling right here with his mobility with the ankle single. Now John Williams, Larry Nance, and Mike Sanders. So the versatility of the big Cleveland front line. John Williams, a very, very valuable player to this team because he can play 2 positions.
First Cleveland lead, and then Williams with the big steal. Here come the Cavs. Price to Nance to the hole. Doesn't get it. The follow won't go down, and then Williams commits the foul. That'll be his 4th personal. His third, check that, his 3rd personal foul. So Cleveland has the lead by 1, 7:50 left to be played. New Jersey still looking for the basket here in the 4th. Good rotating defense by the Cavs.
That's the shot blocking ability inside of Larry Nance. Forced Derek Coleman to miss that shot. There's John Williams. I like this matchup right now. Again, quickness against size.
There's no place to go. The pass touch. Shot clock at 7. Clock at 5. In the lower left hand of the screen. Elo, the running jumper. What a shot by Martin. By Craig Elo. My goodness. 9 for Elo. The biggest Cleveland lead as Steve Kerr up off the Cavs bench. Blaylock. Inside. Sanders on the foul. That'll be his 5th. Also the 15th foul on Cleveland. And Bill Fitch wants some timeouts. So Bill Fitch wants to talk to his troops as he's seen the lead gradually slip away. We are 2 seconds inside of 7 minutes left. The Cavs by 3. Major strides in both these categories here in the second half, Doug.
We talked about rebounding, that 28-22 at half in favor of New Jersey. Since then, it's been 24-8 Cleveland. So they've been able to make advantage up on the boards. Front court scoring +7. John Williams, I thought, has been very key coming off the bench. I don't know if we'll see Brad Doherty the rest of the night. Kenny Anderson has checked into the ball game, but it's been 2 little scoring droughts and good defense by Cleveland in 2 periods. At the end of the first half, they were up 15. Cleveland goes on a 7-0 run to cut it to 8 at half. And to start this quarter, it's been an 11-2 run. Now make that 11-3. So a couple droughts have allowed Cleveland to get back in the game. You do that with defense.
You think Brad Doherty will come back into the ball game for the Cavs?
I don't think you're going to see him. I think that Lenny Wilkins realized his mobility is very limited. He might come back with him. But with John Williams doing the job, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I would not be shocked to see him finish the rest of the game on the bench.
Cleveland by 1. They will without a field goal the final 5:56 of game 3. Kerr doesn't get it to go.
Let's see if Kenny Anderson can push this ball up the floor a little bit and get some easy scores for his team.
Big time hat. That'll be an Elo. Only his second personal foul, but Coleman will go to the line.
Cleveland's over the limit, so the Nets will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. It's very important in a playoff game to stay out of the penalty late in the fourth quarter, because when you really got to gear in defensively, you've got to be able to make some stops. And I thought one of the keys the other night in the Detroit-New York game was the fact New York was not in the penalty late in the game, and they could be very aggressive defensively. They were able to force a turnover without fouling. Even if they had, it would have been sideline out of bounds.
Doherty comes in limping. Sanders sits down. Price comes back in. Kerr sits down. Coleman has missed only 1 free throw attempt in 6 tries.
Well, you just put the whammy on him now, Ron. I got Mark Price and you get Coleman.
19 points, 11 boards, 6 assists. Nets have the lead again with just over 6.5 left.
Well, Doherty is back in the ball game, so I guess then he feels like he needs his offense. Nance drains a jump shot.
But way outside, too. Nance at 12.
Big front line down for Cleveland. Nance, Williams, Doherty.
New Jersey counters with Bowie, Morris, and Coleman.
Guess that's not small, is it? Great steal by John Williams. Circled the post, read that beautifully.
And here he runs the floor. Has a chance to take it inside. Fans wanted to travel, but instead we get a foul. But John Williams, after he came up with that, Doug, he raced down court, beat everybody else. He may have walked away.
Yeah, I think he got away with the extra step, but he was going to the basket, so he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Williams shooting 2. He is 9 of 10. 16 points, 9 rebounds. Bill Fitch thought it was a travel.
Well, a little aerobic dance. Look at Bill here. Watch, he's going to finish it up with a
That's little Evie doing the locomotion. John Williams gets the second. I think Ernie Johnson probably liked that line. He remembers little Evie. 79-82, Cavs by 3 inside of 6 minutes. Will we have a game 5 in Cleveland? Coleman slaps at the ball. And then Cleveland slaps back. Shot clock at 5. Morris forces the 3. Williams with the board.
Chris Morris had enough time where he did not have to take that shot. There was about 8 seconds. He thought the clock was winding down, so he launched a quick shot. They needed a better opportunity at the basket than that.
12 first half points for Morris, only 7 in the second half as Larry Nance is coming alive for Cleveland.
And Chris Morris is cooling off after a good first half. He's only shot 1 for 8 here in the second half.
We talked about how he can sort of drift, and he's done just that. And right now, the Nets have drifted down by 5. 5:19 left to be played. They find themselves trailing by 5, and here's the keys for Cleveland we talked about earlier.
Well, one of the middle stop draws in Petrovic. He has not had a field goal in the second half. 0 for 4, only 2 free throws, so they've done an excellent job defensively. The turnovers have not been great, but John Williams has taken up the slack for Brad Doherty, who's been a little gimpy tonight with that right ankle.
Bowie tries to get it inside at Coleman. Morris with 2 on the shot clock, has to hurry. He doesn't get it to go.
It's 1 for 11 shooting for New Jersey this quarter. Cleveland is 6 for 12. New Jersey has 3 turnovers, so it's been the defensive stand and the big play of the inside people taking away all those easy scores from New Jersey. The great shot blocking of Cleveland.
Price for 3, doesn't get it. Elo chases down the rebound, but he has it pulled away by Coleman. to Petrovic.
Now, Petrovic had 2 big threes in game 3 here, so they're going to have to really make sure he does not get off. They were down 12, and he pulled up and had 2 big threes the other night to help them surge back and win the game.
Nance mad at himself as he commits the foul. His score. Blaylock back in the lineup. Kenny Anderson, a short stint, sits down. If you followed us on TNT throughout the playoffs, now 1 week old, you've heard Doug talk about the keys in playoff competition: rebounding, defense, and free throw shooting. And it's coming through again tonight. How about that? 9%. Morris gets the roll. He's 5 of 6 from the line. The lead is 3, and now the crowd starts to wake up because New Jersey's 4 minutes away from their 1992 season coming to an end unless they can make a run.
They have a mismatch somewhere. John Williams and Blaylock. Right there it is. They find it. Rotating over for the block. Chris Morris, great play. Good recognition.
He wanted an alley-oop from Blaylock on the other end. Remember in game 3, Cleveland had a 10-point lead. Doherty with his third.
The recognition by Cleveland was good, but it was better by Morris as he comes over to give big help. As John Williams had Mookie Blaylock posted. That was a big play. If they score there, it's a 5-point game. Coleman scores here. It's back now to a 1-point game. That could be a 4-point swing right there with that nice play defensively.
He's using all of the rim tonight. Ray Wilkins calls a timeout, gives Derek Coleman a chance to think about it. 3:53 left. The Cavs by a deuce.
One of the pet plays of Cleveland, a little staggered screen by Mark Price. He starts to cut through the lane. And what you're going to get is a switch here as we go through the lane here. Mark Price comes off. He's going to come off the screen. And right here at this point in time, right there, you see the switch. So now as Mark Price comes off the screen, they recognize they're going to swing the ball back now because now Mookie Blaylock is playing inside right there against John Williams. The block shot, though, by Chris Morris on the help. So super play there defensively by Chris Morris.
Well, as Derek Coleman was getting ready to shoot his second free throw, Doug, the PA system came on with a little John Cougar Milliken. He stopped, looked at the guy who turned it on, shot his free throw and missed it. Price for 3, doesn't get it, but Williams tips it to Price. And then Mark tries to force it, but he comes back up with it again, and he draws the foul. What hustle by Mark Price.
Mark Price shot that jump shot. Mookie Blaylock is going to release. When he does, he's out of the place on the long rebound. He cannot find the long rebound. So there's Mark Price in the lane. And the foul again, the importance of being an excellent free throw shooter. Mark Price steps up. Cleveland in this series has been shooting 85% from the line.
Mark Price tonight, 3 of 4. And he is second all-time single-season free throw shooting percentage, passes Rick Barry this year. So Mark now 4 of 5 from the line. The Cleveland lead back up by 4. 3:20 left to be played in the ballgame. Coleman puts it in strong, and we have a quick whistle on the grab. And
Brad Doherty just cannot slide his feet. Cleveland showed a little bit of crap up the floor. John Williams double-teamed the ball, giving it over to Derek Coleman. When he did, Coleman recognized that Doherty was back, so he just took the ball right to the basket. Brad Doherty, with that jumping ankle, just cannot slide his feet.
Same result as the last free throw. Coleman now 7 of 10 from the line. We'll have another. Big numbers for Coleman. The lead is cut to 3. Nearing 3 minutes. Cleveland has not advanced past the first round of the playoffs since 1976. In their playoff history, only 2 road playoff victories. Williams to Nance. Just a nice cut on that, Doug.
John Williams has played a great game tonight. He's done all the little things. He's defended well. He's rebounded. He's scored. That time a great pass to Larry Nance to get him the little jump hook.
Oh, he goes on defense by Coleman. there's the block shot. Doherty and Williams both got a piece of it. Nance 10 points here in the second half.
I go back to John Williams right now. He's been a guy that they've been able to get the ball to.
Nance from the outside doesn't get it. Bowie snares the rebound. The Cavs 25-3 on the regular season when opponents were under 100 points.
Got Price against Petrovic. Let's see if they can post him.
Petrovic over Williams.
Recognizing mismatches. That's the NBA game. When you get a mismatch, you've got to go to it. That's the first field goal of the half for Drazen Petrovic.
They're standing. Price back to Elo. Fakes the three. Has it blocked. Puts it back. Price buries it.
Well, he should have hit Price right before he got the shot block. Price was wide open. He was very fortunate to get that one back. So better late than never.
Price's first field goal of the second half. Remember, New Jersey came from a big deficit in Game 3, 10 points down with just over 6 left. Can they do it again? Williams now with 4, Sanders with 5, Nance with 4, Doherty with 4 for Cleveland. Louis only 2 points in the second half.
There's still plenty of time in this game. A minute 39, you're down 4. If you get this one, you're down 3. There's an over-the-back foul. That's not what you want at that time. So now you're over the limit. You shoot 2 free throws. So give him a chance now without the clock moving to go back up 6. What I was going to say, with 2 possessions, minute 39, all you need is a couple stops and some scores. So you do not want to foul. In an over-the-back situation, John Williams, again, I think has been the most valuable player in this game for Cleveland.
I have to agree with that. 18 points, 12 rebounds. Is 11 of 13 from the line. Warriors and Sox coming your way next. Can Seattle put Golden State away and advance to the second round? What a Cinderella story will that be for George Karl. Boston waiting in the wings for the winner of this series.
See if the New Jersey Nets can free Petrovic up for a shot. Maybe a three-pointer. Well, you know, trying not to leave him. There's John Williams again.
That has to be the 3rd time he has been able to knock the ball away on a pass.
But you can't foul Mark Price because he's a 95% free throw shooter, so you don't let him use the clock.
Cleveland spreading it out. Williams on top to Elo. He's going to let it go. That way, any time, and Craig Elo buries the 2. And New Jersey wants a timeout. Craig Elo with 9 second-half points, and that was a big one, giving Cleveland an 8-point advantage. 1:10 left to be played.
She'll be crushed.
To him, well, what about Elo? You're going to need him against Reggie Lewis in the next round against Boston. He sort of smiled, so he did not want to say yes because he did not want to look past New Jersey. But for Cleveland to be able to win, they need a big guard playing very, very well against Boston. They're going to have the home court advantage that they can hold on. They have to start Saturday. What will be the health of Brad Doherty tonight? 4 for 13 shooting, a gutty performance, 17 points and 12 rebounds. But I think the real key has been John Williams. 20 points, 12 rebounds, a couple block shots. The Nets 2 for 13 shooting in the 4th quarter with 5 turnovers. And that's from the interior defense and the shot blocking ability of Cleveland.
Still a lot of time left, but it is an 8-point Cleveland lead. Outside, Lee making his first appearance. Doesn't get the 3 to go. The tip won't go down. Williams taps it to Price, who taps it to Cleveland. That was icing in hockey. Bowie for 3, doesn't get it. Morris again. Inside of 45. Morris for 3. And he buries it.
Man, as you're a coach and you're sitting over and you say, man, the guy misses it, the game is over. Now he's extended the game. Those 3-pointers, when you're the opposing coach, just absolutely kill you.
Oh, the scoreboard up there has Cleveland now by 11. I don't think it's right. There they go. By 5.
No, chances are it'll be 7 after Mr. Price gets off the line.
Price at the line, 41.6 left. He's only missed 1 out of 5 so far tonight. He'll have another. 15 points for Price, 7 coming in the second half. The New Jersey Nets. Gets them both. The Nets, who won 8 of their last 11 ball games to even get into the playoffs. Right now, they're 41.6 seconds away from it coming to an end. Cleveland leads at 96-89, and we'll be back. It has been a year of turmoil for Bill Fitch and company. And there's a lot of speculation whether Bill will be back next year. But still, what a coaching job he's had to do this year. Considering in December, Doug, when you and I were here, he was basically gone. They had him fired. Everybody in the world had him fired.
Well, after the All-Star break, they went 21-14, so they had a super second half of the season. And I do think he's done a tremendous job. I don't know what Bill Fitch is going to do, but we wish him well, whatever he does. I'd like to see him be back here in New Jersey. He's a terrific guy and has been through a lot of playoff basketball and regular season basketball. But when you want to talk about fourth quarter execution, New Jersey 3 for 17 shooting in this quarter. After Cleveland had turned it over 16 times the first 3 quarters, only 1 here in the fourth quarter. That's been the real difference. They're now 3 for 18 shooting.
Mr. Blaylock, and nobody on the Nets even really hustles back on defense except for Doug Lee, number 20. Cleveland's just going to let the clock go as far as they can. There's a 9-second difference between the shot and the game. Doherty spin moves. Coleman grabs him from behind. So for the first time since 1976, the Cleveland Cavaliers will advance to round 2 of the NBA playoffs. They'll win this series 3-1. They don't look happy because there's still a great deal of business at hand for the Cavs. Mainly in the form of the Boston Celtics.
Well, Boston's been resting, and again, if I'm Lenny Wilkins, I'm excited about the fact that we've won, but I'm worried about Brad Doherty, how effective he's going to be against Robert Parrish, McHale, and that big front line of Boston. He has made a very gutty performance tonight, and the New Jersey crowd here, a nice hand for this team as they close out their season.
And they're giving them a standing ovation, those who are left, for their New Jersey Nets. And rightly so. Finished the year their best record since 1984-85. First playoff since '86, but it comes to a disappointing end, but a happy one for the Cavaliers. Cleveland advancing to round 2. They come back in the second half to defeat New Jersey once again, the final, 98-89. And not bad, Doug, for a team that was 14 points down at the end of the first quarter and not playing Cleveland basketball. And as we look at the brackets, it looks like this.
Well, you see the Bulls have swept. They're waiting for the winner of the Knicks Pistons, and you see now the Celtics and the Cavs will get them together on Saturday afternoon. But I thought a tremendous defensive job, and again, John Williams, I thought was real key. We're going to get a chance to talk to John here. But a real key to the win tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Don't forget, we have the Sonics and Warriors coming your way next on TNT, and John Williams. What a night for the big guy, and he joins us now. John, first of all, you started out so slowly as a team. You're